Hey, what's up? It's Lori, and welcome to my 30-day emotional fitness challenge. This is my week 2 update. Whoo-wee! Boy, am I glad that I am doing this, and more than ever am I glad that we have things such as the internet where I can make a video and share with you what's going on, so that my booty is being held accountable. And I'm glad that I've told friends that I'm doing this challenge because honestly, I've been talking and I'll have my friends straight call me out and say, Lori, does this go along with, is this in violation of your emotional fitness challenge? And I'm like, yep, oops, resetting the needle right now. So thank goodness for friends and accountability and keeping you on point. So today I wanted to talk about that first pillar, which is your emotional state. And the whole thing that inspired this challenge was listening to a TED Talk by Tony Robbins. And he's talking about how we need to become emotionally fit. And I'm not sure where I heard it before, but I've heard that most people only mature emotionally up into the age of 8 years of age. So regardless of their biological age, emotionally, most people stay about 8 years of age. And you think of that, like you're talking to someone that could be 70 years old, and yet they can be operating emotionally as an 8-year-old and not really have that EQ or, that emotional intelligence. And I really found that inspiring and empowering because check this out. How many times are you dealing with someone and you think, well, they should know better and they should behave better because, they're older. But the truth is that if we don't see it and it's not as visible as, say, our physical aging, then we're not really too sure where somebody is emotionally. So that is why I love starting with the emotional state. I love talking about the emotional state first because it's kind of like starting at the top and then letting everything trickle down as a result of having an amazing attitude. And I can tell you countless times of when my attitude has really diffused a difficult situation, and honestly, amazing opportunities have happened because I chose to have a really good attitude. And it's kind of nice. You can hold your head up high and say, you know what, I took the high road on that. And that feels really, really good. Very self-esteem building. So one of the books that I absolutely love to bring me back on point with my emotional well-being is this book called Power versus Force. And I don't know, if you're a friend of mine and we talk, you know that I bring this thing up all the time. It's tattered and torn. And honestly, I carry it with me I carry it with me all the time. I just feel that the vibration of it is really powerful. But anyways, they have taken emotions and they're able to calibrate the power that each emotional state has. And of course, the higher the emotional state, the more power that you have, the more empowered you are in your life, and the more synchronistic your life becomes. So I really love this book, and I love that even just reading the book and starting with the emotional state that I'm at and reading the description each one at a time can actually bring me up and out of a bad mood or a low vibration and a low emotional state. So if you haven't read this book, I highly suggest you do. But here is my old story with having a stellar attitude and why it is so important that you start with that. And I consider it to be something like a fully charged battery. When you are fully charged and plugged in, you have full power, full strength. Think of it like a magnet or a bright light, that the magnetic pull is so strong because you are holding such a high attitude and feeling so good that nobody can resist being drawn to you. Opportunities are drawn to you. You draw in amazing people. You draw in beautiful life experiences. You are such a magnet for the things that you want in your life, all as a result of having a full strong charged battery. So many people today are operating on a very low charged battery, or they're just not even taking the time to charge themselves back up. And so a lot of people are not really having this magnetic draw to them because they're not fully charged and they're not bringing themselves back up to a strong and feeling good emotional state. So what happens is they don't always pull in all of these amazing opportunities, or it could be that the opportunities are unfolding right before their eyes, but they're not seeing it because they are not present. They're not able to see what's happening in front of them. Maybe they're wrapped up with a preoccupied thought of the past or the future, or they're worried and you're in fear, and you just miss all of these things that are in front of you because you've got so many things going on and you're being drugged down by them. You're burdened by them. So this is a really awesome book to keep reminding you to bring yourself, your attitude back up and to strengthen your emotional well-being. And I remember I was dating a guy, I don't know how many years ago, quite a few years ago, and he would tell me that when he was growing up, if he was misbehaving, his parents would say, "Do you want me to make you have a bad day?" And he would be like, "Oh no, I don't want to have a bad day." And he would kind of joke around with me when we were dating, and he would say, you know, if I was doing something that, say, he didn't really care for, he's like, "Hey, do you want me to make you have a bad day?" And I used to say to him in return, "You can't make me have a bad day," meaning I'm not going to allow anything to bring me down, even you. So go ahead, do whatever you can do to try to bring me down, and I am going to practice not letting it get to me. I'm just going to let it go right over my head and just pass right through me. It kind of sounds a little funny, like that playground saying, "I'm rubber, you're glue. What bounces off of me sticks to you." Okay, maybe I'm a little delirious now, but there's some truth to that. So anyhow, this is all about just really having a phenomenal attitude. And I'm just going to tell you another personal story about when I go into situations that are uncomfortable and still have a phenomenal attitude. I find that the people respond to me completely different. I had a situation where I was kind of in trouble, and I was like, "Oh man, I got to go and take care of this situation. I'm not really looking forward to it." And I thought, you know what? Humans can smell fear just like dogs and animals can. So I'm just going to really just shower myself with love and have an amazing attitude and just go in and trust that I'm going to handle whatever I need to handle here. And when I went into that room and dealt with my trouble, which was kind of breaking a little rule in the association that I was living in, when I went in there to handle it, they, instead of reprimanding me, they were just so wrapped up in, I don't know, my attitude and my presence. We started talking about stories. Instead of being in trouble, it was like 15 minutes of the best conversation we had. As a matter of fact, I left there with email address exchanges and hugging. I mean, it was so funny to me how I could go into a situation and I could have walked into that room and been like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm here. Yeah, I know, I didn't do that, and fine, I'll pay the fine," and had a really crummy attitude. But because I just was like, you know what? I'm here, I'm ready to accept anything that I have, and I'm not even going to let that bring me down. I'm here to just take full responsibility, and I'm still going to have a freaking amazing attitude. And what happened is I didn't get a fine at all, and I ended up leaving with 2 friends. So it was really a cool experience. And you just never know. You never know what opportunities are in front of you, and even difficult situations are opportunities that you just got to change your perception on. So this is a long rant for inspiration to not let anything get you down. And here's the thing, it's not about faking it and acting like, "Oh, that hurt, but I'm not going to acknowledge it." It's not about that. It's about how quickly can you get the lesson from it. How quickly can you look and say, "Whoa, that kind of threw me off for a moment," and to readjust and get yourself back on track. So many times in my own personal life, when I would get knocked off track, I'd stay off track for a long time, and I'd stay focused on the past and preoccupied with what was to come next, and I was really missing out and kind of just staying in a low vibration instead of just being quick to recognize it and redirect it. So definitely know that anytime anything takes you off of your A game and brings your vibration down, or you get that knockdown, look and find out what the lesson is that you're trying to, that is presenting to you, and apply it into your life and move forward. Life is way too short to wallow in a low vibe. We came here to do something good. We came here to enjoy this life. We came to leave this place better than when we showed up. So let's do that. Thank you so much for watching, and more to report in soon. Bye.